My name is Valentyna Zolotarova, and this portfolio is a product of my work in the Master of Educational Technology program at the University of British Columbia. I chose the metaphor of internet control to reflect upon my work in the MET program because I perform to the best of my abilities when I connect what I do with what I am most passionate about. As you will soon discover while exploring this portfolio, I'm highly interested in surveillance, control, cyber conflict, cyber law, creativity, and technology in education. To describe my transformation, I borrowed the terms of Ron Daybert from the Political Science Department at the University of Toronto to refer to the mental and external processes of my own learning. As you can see in the menu bar, I have grouped my experiences in various MET courses as a first, second, third, and fourth generation control. This metaphor is meant to capture my attempt to grasp and control the concepts developed over the period that I have been a student in the MET program. My mind is therefore simultaneously the censor, the censoring mechanism, the victim of censorship, the interpreter of the legal framework or regulations of control, the local authority regulating an idea within my mind, and the global authority attempting to share my conclusions with anyone across the globe who lands on this website. Having acquired some control over my learning and the transformations through the display on this website, I now wish to release this control and invite you to interact with the content I have created by leaving a comment. A public comment box is located on the bottom of every page, and I hope to see this site evolve into a conversation rather than a monologue. You may also contact me directly by clicking on the Contact Me button at the top of every page. I classify my transformations in ETech 510 as a first generation control experience, as well as ETech 511. These two courses are required by the MET program, and I find my experience in these courses to be similar to the internet filtering process described by Ron Daybert, which is defensive. By that, I mean that the attempt to filter incoming information into categories in order to have a better grip on each concept is a defense mechanism. While knowing that all concepts interconnect with others, I grouped the information I acquired during these courses into categories in order to facilitate my understanding, knowing very well that I will later on have to relocate a link and make more informed and long-lasting connections with each experience and each piece of information acquired on this journey. To document my analysis of ETech 510, or the design of technology-supported learning environments, I've included several artifacts: a stop-motion project about media literacy, which you can access by clicking on the link here, a curriculum guide, which was designed in a group for teachers, and for the website called Creativity Design, which provides information and ideas for cross-curricular projects using technology. And finally, I included samples of my students' work. And this work was produced as a result of the projects I assigned while taking this course, reflecting and implementing the ideas from the design of technology-supported learning environments. To demonstrate my learning in ETech 511, or Foundations of Educational Technology, I have selected two artifacts. The first is an essay on critical thinking in the new media-based environment, which sparked my interest in internet censorship and inspired me to pursue that area as an independent study later on in the program. The second artifact is a group project that was presented in Prezi, where we examined key terms such as culture, cyborgs, the effects of of politics on educational technology, and so on. You can explore my work by clicking on the artifacts, visiting the websites, the essays, and even the songs I wrote in response to the literary work studied over the course of the program. Just as an example, you may click and see a video contemplating what is culture and the work of Shirley Turkle and Michael Welsh. The second generation control in my transformation is comparable to Ron Dayburn's explanation of legal frameworks governing internet control, demanding private policing of the information shared. In the case of educational technology, the legal framework concerns guidelines and regulations or laws guiding behavior and technology used in classrooms and on an institutional scale. The courses that have enabled me to begin to grasp this information included ETech 500, or Research Methodology in Education, ETech 512, or Application of Learning Theories to the Analysis of Instructional Settings, ETech 565A, or the Selection, Design, and Implementation of Learning Technologies, and ETech 520, or Planning and Managing of Learning Technologies in Higher Education. The artifacts I have included in ETech 500 Research Methodology course include a research proposal on an ethnography article or review and a methodological critique. In the section of the website dedicated to ETech 512, Application of Learning Theories to the Analysis of Instructional Settings, I have included 3 thought papers about behaviors, techniques in the classroom, neurological basics for teachers, and constructivist teaching. I've also included one group project, which is a website about the theories of online learning, which you may access and explore here as well. Finally, I've included a lesson plan analysis where I critiqued and improved one of my own lesson plans after considering behaviorist, cognitivist, and constructivist theories. In the third section of the second generation control, 565A, or Learning Technology Selection, Design, and Application, I reflect on my experience of building an online karate course, documenting my goals and experiences in an e-portfolio designed for that course, which you can access here as well. As well as designing an evaluation rubric for the selection of the learning management system, depending on the project. This was a very important experience because it allowed me to envision the priorities that would be necessary for a particular project and to see that not every LMS will work for every purpose. The section of the website that is dedicated to ETech 520, or Planning and Managing Learning Technologies in Higher Education, provides links to 4 essays analyzing e-learning strategies and readiness of various higher-level institutions, and my reflections on these experiences. The essays can be found on the site, and each one of them can be opened and read directly from the website. The third generation control. Finally, we arrive at the most shocking and exciting part of my MAT experience. Gradually filtering and applying regulations in the first and the second generation of control, I moved to the third generation of control with my elective courses and began to research or engage in the observation of surveillance of information and topics I found interesting and grew passionate about. These topics included surveillance, the changing concepts of space, culture, society, and artistic expression enabled by technology. In this section of the website, you will find my valued work in ETech 580, or an independent study in internet censorship. Here, I wrote a research proposal, produced an annotated bibliography that may be beneficial for anyone researching the topic of internet censorship in North America. I then produced a concept paper on censorship in British Columbia and a scholarly paper on the implications of internet censorship in Canada and the United States and the perceived implications for education. In ETech 532, or the Technology in the Arts and Humanity Classroom, I produced a number of projects that reflect the third generation of control of the information in my mind. The artifacts I include from this course and this portfolio consist of a website. This was a group project where we explored the pedagogical use of the iPad. An annotated bibliography that I designed with my colleagues while researching the information that we used to create the website and analyze the use of the iPad in our classrooms. I also included the analysis of other pedagogical approaches and applications of technology to education. In this section of my e-portfolio dedicated to ETech 540, or the changing space of reading and writing, I reflect upon the experience of participating in the class weblog, summarizing my research on the impact of the typewriter on literacy in a documentary format, starring my two older sons, who explain the history of the typewriter, the older brother teaching the younger brother, as the video then goes into a cartoon, an animated version of the explanation of this story. Finally, I include a multimedia project, which is another animated video presenting my reflections on the class reading, which can be found by following this link as well. Finally, the fourth generation of control is the portfolio you are viewing, which enables my discoveries, research projects, and transformation to be accessible to my colleagues and scholars interested in these topics. In the last section, I include the work of others that has helped me make connections, evaluate and reflect on my experiences, transformations, and the work produced in the Master of Educational Technology program. I hope you have enjoyed this tour, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Thank you very much.